If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of humanity, even in the toughest hearts, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to HOA Chronicles. Because sometimes the hardest-looking people are the ones with the biggest hearts. The deep rumble of motorcycle engines had barely faded when the heavy doors of Miller's Roadhouse swung open. The air inside was thick with the scent of leather, oil, and old whiskey. Shafts of sunlight sliced through the dusty windows, glinting off chrome and steel. Laughter died mid-air as every biker turned toward the sound of small, hurried footsteps. At the door stood a little girl, no older than 6, her pink backpack hanging loosely over both shoulders. Her face was streaked with dirt and tears. Her lips trembled. "Please someone help me," she whispered. The room went silent. These were men who'd seen fights, crashes, and the worst of the world. But nothing prepared them for this. Race Holloway, the leader of the local biker chapter, rose slowly from his chair. His leather jacket creaked as he moved. "What's wrong, sweetheart?" he asked gently. The girl just shook her head, clutching her backpack tighter. Outside, a man's voice echoed faintly, drunk, angry, calling her name. Without a word, Race nodded to one of his men. The door slammed shut and locked. The little girl jumped, then exhaled, as if realizing she was safe for the first time. Her name was Maddie. Her voice cracked when she spoke. "My dad's coming," she said. "He hurts my mom, and he said I'm next." The bikers exchanged looks. Men with scars and pasts of their own suddenly struck silent. Race felt a tightness in his chest. He'd once been that child, scared, powerless. He knelt to meet her eyes. "You're safe here, Maddie," he said softly. "No one's going to hurt you again." Minutes passed. The men brought her milk and a sandwich. She hesitated. "Mommy always said don't eat from strangers," she whispered. Race smiled gently. "Then it's a good thing we're not strangers anymore." As she ate, they noticed the bruises on her wrist, the scrape on her cheek, the kind of marks that told stories no child should ever have to tell. Colt, one of the bikers, returned from outside. "There's a truck across the road," he said quietly. Drunk men yelling her name. Maddie froze. "That's him." Race's jaw tightened. He'd promised himself years ago he'd stay out of other people's trouble. But looking at Maddie, he knew he couldn't. He gently lifted her pink backpack. "What's in here?" he asked. Inside were broken crayons, a teddy bear, and a folded envelope that read, "If something happens to me, please take care of Maddie." The note was from her mother. A desperate plea for someone to protect her little girl from a man who'd lost all control. The bar fell silent. Moments later, the truck door slammed outside. The bikers stood. The drunk men stumbled toward the bar, shouting. Race stepped outside, the rest following behind him. "You looking for someone?" he asked, calm but cold. "That's my daughter." The man barked. "You lost that right," Race said, his voice low. "The moment you hurt her or her mama." The man froze, staring at the wall of leather and steel before him. The police sirens grew louder. Within minutes, it was over. The man was handcuffed and taken away. Back inside, Maddie sat quietly, clutching her teddy bear. Race knelt beside her once more. "You're safe now," he said. "Your mama's letter made sure of that." She looked up at him with teary eyes. "Can I stay here?" "For now," Race smiled. "You can." That night, under the fading light of dusk, the bikers gathered around Maddie. One of them, a quiet giant named Rick, sewed a small patch onto her backpack. It read, "Guardian Crew." Maddie smiled for the first time that day. Weeks later, she returned with her mother, alive, safe, and free. The pink backpack that once symbolized fear now carried something new, hope. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to HOA Chronicles, because sometimes the toughest hearts hide the kindest souls. And remember, saving someone else might just be how you save yourself.